Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds, and today I'm hanging out with Sydney Shields and Will Jones of Encounter Roleplay. And I've had both of you guys on the show individually before, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to have you both on at the same time. And you guys have a lot going on since the last time you were on. There's some podcasts. You guys are Wizard of the Coast partners now. You guys are big time.
We're over big deals now, apparently.
Yeah, that's what we've been told.
That's what we've been telling ourselves.
That's what my mom told
Legends in our own minds. Oh, congratulations! You guys work extremely hard and deserve it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, we've started doing Save or Dice as well recently, and with your good self as well. So that's another new thing that's been going on at the moment. So that's yeah, we've been having a good time really, over in jolly old Canada.
Yeah.
Is it cold there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw snow for the very first time in my entire life, and it was a little bit underwhelming, but still cool.
It's been really hot.
Yeah, I guess you got to catch like a storm or something, and then.
But yeah, I didn't get to see it like snowing. It was just on the ground.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah.
You didn't get the full effect.
I haven't given up hope yet.
So I guess let's just start off with what is Encounter Roleplay and what are you guys up to? What can people expect if they go hunting you down? Because the links are in the description.
Well, as the title would suggest, we are two D&D sex hikes. What we're doing at the moment. In fact, today we've got a new season of shows launching on the Twitch channel. So it's a Twitch channel primarily, and all the videos go up to YouTube as well. And we stream about 5-6 days a week at the moment. Bunch of different D&D shows, Call of Cthulhu, 2 podcasts as well. It's basically just a fucking
hub of everything.
It's a hub. There's a website. Yeah. There's daily articles on it nowadays. It's just a media fortress, an empire.
Blitz.
A blitz, yes.
We're working on making just like a little bit of everything everywhere.
Wow, that's a good slogan. We should use it.
A little bit of everything everywhere. That's actually kind of been our way of doing things since the beginning, and it's a lot of work. So I commend you guys because you're doing it and doing it well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a couple of years on the grind now, so you kind of get used to it, don't you?
We're just with Save or Dice a little bit putting our little pinky toe into the waters of Twitch.
It's fun.
It is. And people have asked, why don't you guys do Twitch? I'm like, because it's just one more thing.
Right.
Yeah.
After a certain point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean Twitch is I think one of the grindiest platforms.
Yeah.
Really, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I think it keeps me sane because I can interact with people live a lot. But there's a lot that goes into Twitch, as Cody's probably finding out on the on the Save or Dice show.
I see your boy Unmade Gaming is in the chat.
Oh, my boy Mike is there. What's up?
Oh man.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about the shows that you guys are running, the D&D partnership, the podcasts?
Yeah.
What can people expect? I mean, there's tons of stuff like pretty much every day of the week that they can find, but
yeah.
There's a schedule on the site if you want to go into every single show. But the ones that we're excited about at the moment, I guess most excited about, we've got a Learn by Play show on the Wizards of the Coast channel. That's every Saturday at 6. Twitch.tv/D&D. We're doing a series of Tomb Annihilation, and the idea is to teach DMing skills alongside actual play. So I take moments away from the game to explain the decisions that I'm making as a DM, and to kind of talk through the points that I'm going through in my head throughout the game, so people get a bit of an insight as to, it's like a live commentary of what I'm doing, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's the Learn by Play series, and Sid plays in that as well.
It's like the director's cut right there in the movie.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we got 2 podcasts. I DM one of those every Monday. That's set in the world of Penumbra that we play the Save or Dice game in. And then Sydney runs the other one.
Yeah. I DM the other podcast called Wonder Quest, and it's me and Allison Robinson, who is like super cool, and Louise, who's also on our Learn by Play show, and then Amy Shaw and Anna, who's another Encounter Roleplay cast member. But it's really, really fun.
Yeah.
How many official cast members you guys have now?
So we don't keep them exclusive. So we like people to go about and go free into the world.
It's a pretty fluid system where people just kind of come and go. So
if you were to include the writers, there's 41 to 42.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it's expanded. It's expanded.
I would definitely say the word empire fits perfectly. A lot of people to manage too.
Yes, well, I do run it like the Roman Empire, and
oh my God.
I regularly decimate.
That's awesome. How often are articles going up on your website?
So we got another 3 writers joining us. So the idea is to do at least 1 a day. Yeah, I think at the moment we're probably about 4 a week, I'd say. Yeah,
but we just hit like our most recent Patreon goal, which is to do daily articles. So we brought on 3 more writers, so probably in the next 2 weeks we'll be able to step it up to an article every day. Nice.
And what kind of articles are being written over there? Is it specific? It's whatever your writers feel like writing?
They each kind of take a topic. So one writer might each week write a review on a Xenophiles Guide subclass. Another one might write a adventure hook or a plot hook. We've got some map makers in there as well. So Ethan every Monday will draw a map and put it up on the site, so you can download that for free. So there's a bunch of different stuff. So not just one topic, I suppose. They write in we give them free reign to go where their minds desire.
Yeah, you got some great questions coming in here from Unmade Gaming.
It's okay. I'm playing with Mike later tonight, so I can.
You can kill him.
I can kill him.
Well, you guys definitely have a lot of fun over there. You know, the one game that I played with you previously when you guys were doing the Breath of Gore Kickstarter, was a blast, and it's one of the more zany games I've played in for sure.
That one was I was very tired right now. I think, and I think I'd just taken a lot of caffeine to kind of get me through that last 12 hours. It's 12 hours, I think. Yeah. So, that one did get a little.
Do you guys still do those monthly? The 12-hour
streams? I used to. Back in the day, I used to do a monthly 24-hour stream.
You started
back in the day. You're like 16.
Yeah, back when I was 19 or 20. Yeah, 19. So it's 2016. I did a lot of them. 2015, 2016. I did. Between that, I did about 24-hour D&D streams, and then I cut it down because I was dying. So
once you stay up every month for 24 hours, like every single month you do that, you will see the effects.
Apparently, like every time you stay up for 24 hours, it takes like 30 hours off your life or something like that. So I did the math, and I was like, fuck, I'm dying.
Oh man, I'm glad I never did the math. I used to work for about 10 years. I worked a really shitty job doing road construction.
Yeah.
And I pulled at least 2 shifts that were 48 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And then, I can't count how many over 24-hour shifts there were. And there was quite a few that were like above 30. So over that 10-year period, that's why I do this instead.
Yeah, no, this you can.
It's flexible.
It's flexible.
It takes a grind, but it's a flexible grind.
Yeah. It's not set hours.
So do you have a favorite game right now that you guys have going on? Pick your favorite child, please.
We've got a couple of new games starting. I'm excited to get to on Wednesday and Thursday. But I do very much enjoy DMing I mean, I've enjoyed GMing the new Save Our Dice show, actually. That's probably one of my favorites, seeing as we just started that one. But I also enjoyed the Ten Cloaks podcast. In fact,
Yeah.
the episode is just going out right now.
Like literally right now.
Literally as we speak. Yeah, so that's my favorite. I mean, I really like that dark fantasy genre, and it's been fun to explore that. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably say Call of Cthulhu. Every Wednesday I play a Call of Cthulhu game, and it gets so bad. So bad it's good. I really enjoy Call of Cthulhu.
So I feel like Mike just came here to heckle, and then Jim Davies is jumping in.
Yeah. It's okay. I can punish both of them in my own game, so it's fine.
So it works out good. Guys, if you have questions, just put question before it, and feel free to ask. Will is a veteran GM, despite how young he is. He may have run more games than me at this point, especially with those 24-hour streams.
Yeah, I haven't dared to look at my Twitch hours in some time. So
do you guys always restart new games, or do you have any running games that have continued?
Yeah, we've got a long running game on the channel. I think it's going into its 21st episode on Tuesday, which is the Long March.
Yeah, and then both of the podcasts
are
long running campaigns. So it's sort of that's kind of why we do the podcast. It's sort of like a separate atmosphere than the streams, and we get to do a little bit more and put a little bit more like care into it, because there's no like interaction, and we get to like sit in our little cave like the hermits that we are and just like play games. So they're kind of a different flavor, I guess you could say.
So some good questions are rolling in now. Now that Mike and Jim stopped asking. So AJCF question. This one's a little more personal. How are you finding life across the big pond? Has it been stressful?
Holy shit. Yeah, it's been stressful.
It's been a time.
I mean, we had a really, really bad luck with a Airbnb host, who was racist and awful and friend to call the police.
I know you had to pull an emergency move.
Yeah, we pulled an emergency move and moved out from Quebec down to Toronto, and Toronto's a lot nicer.
Like in a span of like 2 days, we were like, we are leaving, and now we are not there anymore.
Yeah, it was.
Well, kudos to you guys for your resilience.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So, I mean, other than that, it was nice. It's been really nice over here. The people are lovely for the most part.
Yeah.
We just had some bad luck.
Yeah.
With a couple of people that were really not nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the same anywhere you go,
You're crushing my stereotypes of Canada. I just want you to know.
I know. Yeah, that's so strange.
Toronto has like the loveliest people I've ever met. It's like so pretty and so nice, and I love it. And then in Quebec, it was still nice, and like most of the people there were nice. It was just like you said, it was just bad luck with some people.
There's always a bad apple in the bunch somewhere. DSDJKK, how do you deal with D&D fatigue?
I never get bored of playing D&D. I only ever get bored of people.
God,
I mean, it's true. It's true.
Anyone watching who is a cast member of Encounter Roleplay? You guys.
That stresses me out. No, are you gonna break up with me?
Here's the thing, right? Like D&D, like you can never get bored of D&D. It's just about imagination, and imagination is limitless. Like if I were playing the amount of D&D that I was playing with the same people every day, I would not be able to function. I wouldn't be able to do that anymore. At a certain point, I'd get so burnt out on that, and so would everyone, and we'd all fall out, and we'd hate each other, because that's what happens when people spend a prolonged amount of time with me. So I play with lots of people.
I'm watching Sydney. I'm watching her calculate the lifespan of her relationship.
I'm doing the math in my head.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's a limitless game. It's got limitless potential. So I never get bored of that. But I would get bored of doing that if I wasn't surrounded by interesting people who were also creative and exciting. So that's why I surround myself with a big cast, because they're all doing exciting and fun things.
That makes sense. And in our own games, because we've had the same game group kind of in some incarnation or another for the past 20-ish years, and that's why our campaigns always break up and die. Is probably like people get bored and need to change. People drift out, drift in.
Right. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, as well, I mean, as a content creator, like if you burn out, then I know that if I burn out, then it means that I'll stop for a certain amount of time. And if I stop, then I may be out of a job. So I need to, I don't know, put things in place so that I don't stop working.
I also think like you have a good like gauge of yourself whenever you are like on the verge. Like I feel like you're able to understand when you need to maybe like sleep. Maybe.
Yeah.
Which I think is really important, especially with like that kind of job that like we're both sort of doing, that you need to be able to listen to yourself when yourself is telling you you're going to die.
Yeah, yeah. Like skipping 24-hour streams and all that.
Yeah.
The little things, the little things.
The little things in life.
Oh no, I don't have any 24-hour streams to cut out. I don't know what I'll cut out. Just keep adding more stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ed Does Everything has a question for you. How far do you plan in advance? 2 sessions, no sessions?
It depends. I mean, I actually did the last episode of the Learn by Play episode, which is probably up on the Wizards of the Coast D&D channel now, was on writing campaigns. I think I answered it there, and I said write what you need and then stop. So I write for however much I feel comfortable doing. Maybe that's an episode. For some campaigns, it might be like 3 episodes. For some campaigns, it might be 0 episodes, and I just plan like a couple of footnotes and the like. So it depends, I think.
It's easier to prep, like, personally, I think it's easier to prep in like episode format instead of just like having a slew of general prep with no like concise breaks written in. It's super easy for me to like whenever I'm DMing the podcast to prep within like episodes. So I'm like, I know we're doing 3 episodes today, so I'll probably prep for 3, maybe 4 if I'm on a roll, but probably just 3.
And what is each episode?
Each episode for Wonder Quest is about 45 minutes to an hour, and then Turn Cloaks is usually an hour.
About an hour, yeah.
Somewhere between those.
Yeah.
So when you game, do you like technically do multiple episodes, but it's like one gaming session?
With the podcast we do, so we'll record 3 or 4 hours, but split the episodes up, so we stop recording after
but we have like definitive ends, like we're like, and that's where we're gonna wrap up this time, and then we take a break so everybody can like cry a little bit, and then we come back and we bring it back.
Crying? There's no crying in D&D. No, that makes sense, but and also like I know some games even break things into scenes. So that kind of works as well. I mean, it's not a bad idea. When I write like superhero games, like this was pre doing stuff on the internet, is I would think like that too. Like I would try and think in terms of, well, if this was a comic book, what would that look like?
Right. Yeah. So we find the episode format works quite well, really, because it breaks up for the audience as well. Because, we do 3-hour sessions on Twitch, because on Twitch, you're hoping for people to show up somewhere within the 3 hours. Yeah. But with the podcast, it's nice just to listen to it on the way to work or back home from work or whatever it is you're doing, really.
So Tucker has a question. Do you use pre-made material besides Tomb of Knowledge? Now, I know you guys have done Curse of Strahd as well.
Yeah, no, we tend to play for every campaign book that comes out. We did Curse of Strahd, we did Storm King's Thunder. I'll be reviewing the Xanathar's Guide to Monsters soon as well. So we use a bunch of pre-made material. Not on every game. A lot of it's homebrew. A lot of the campaigns are created. But I mean, even we've got a new campaign coming up called Into the Feywild, and that is based on like a couple of years old EN World Patreon module. So people. Yeah, we all draw inspiration from a bunch of different materials. So,
is there a book I don't know about, or do you just mush 2 books together?
Did I say? I don't know. Storm King's Thunder.
Xanathar's Guide. Xanathar's Guide to Everything. You said Xanathar's Guide to Monsters, I think.
Oh, did I? Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
They all run together.
I mean, they're basically the
DM's Guild thing coming out that I don't know about.
Yeah. I haven't told you.
I was worried, man. I was like, I thought I had my finger on the pulse, but I guess
new releases. Yeah. No, it's just early for me. We'll up late watching movies last night. Well, I made her watch the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
It was great.
Yep.
And I know it's like apparently you're supposed to have seen it before you turn 19. It's a crime to not have seen it within 19 years of your life. But I watched it last night and it was a great movie. I recommend it to all of you.
Would recommend.
I would recommend. This is a brand new movie. I'm sure you haven't seen it. Pirates of the Caribbean. Great movie.
Now, one other person that might be in the chat that hasn't seen it, I recommend it to you.
Yes, you, the one person. It's a great film.
I feel like that came out a long time ago. I lost track and stopped watching the sequels at some point.
Yeah, me too. I didn't.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I watched the first. I think I watched the first 4, and then after that, I stopped.
How many are there?
I think they did 5. I think they did 5. Yeah.
There's a bunch of them now.
Yeah, they got progressively worse. I think when they lost the original cast. You know.
I had to watch them.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Can we please not give me any Pirates of the Caribbean spoilers?
Yeah, no spoiling that movie that came out a decade ago.
Right.
Well, honestly, like I came out like a decade ago, so I think I have a break here.
So, Elfbait, is there more pressure as a DM running games online than at a table?
I feel like that's a yes and no sort of thing.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a yes, but after you've run as many games online as well, you probably don't even think. Yeah, now it might be more pressure for you to run in person.
I mean, if you've never played, yeah, I mean, like I feel like playing online is easier for some people with, you know, like if you have some social anxiety, you don't want to, you know, you feel uncomfortable meeting people in real life. That can be a real like issue for people, like actually going to a game and meeting people for the first time in real life. That can be a scary thing to do. So I mean, if you're I don't know, more introverted or private, I feel like running online can be less pressure because you don't have to have a webcam on. You can just play on a mic, you know, which is important to some people. So yeah, I feel like, I mean, if everyone's watching you whilst you're playing and you're like live streaming it, then yeah, there probably is a bit more pressure.
I don't know though. Like my thing is like I feel like it's so much easier for me to do things when I think that they're for other people's entertainment purposes. You know, like I love playing D&D, like, you know, just because it's fun. But knowing that like this is meant to entertain people, it's not so much am I having fun. It's just easier for me to do. It's easier for me to like play a character knowing that there's an audience there watching it. It's like the tasks in front of you are easier to figure out.
Yeah, I find like gaming online is a lot more focused than at the table.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
In person. So I do like that aspect of it. So mini terrain domain, not a question, but a comment. I love that just about every time I turn on the Encounter Roleplay on Twitch, you're playing with different people, which is cool. And it goes back to what you said about not getting bored and having, you know, different people to interact with. By doing that, you could literally run the same adventure and it would be different every time. That's
it. You know, variety is the spice of life. So run different D&D games, run different systems, play with different people. Yeah, keep it spicy. You know, keep it spicy. And plus, there's so much great, you know, talent out there. It's always fun playing with new people. I learn new things from playing with new people, being DM'd by new people as well. So yeah, it's all a learning experience.
Well, you know, and I also feel it helps me improve as a game master, as a player, especially like you said, when you're bringing in all these different people that are really talented. You know, it ups the level at everyone's level at the table. I feel like.
I think so too. I mean, yeah, especially with you know, some of the shows that we're doing at the moment, I tend to think like, if you've got a really good, you know, couple of cast members in there, then they'll elevate everyone else up to that standard. So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun playing with different people. So I'm happy when I'm playing with different people, so that they don't grow to hate me.
I'm also a little competitive too, so I'm like, there's no way I'm letting WebDM out roleplay me. Forget it.
Well, that works as well because again, you know, that a competitive aspect can raise the stakes a bit, I think.
Which is a lot of fun. Are you guys planning to do any upcoming events?
Oh goodness, what events are we doing? Let's check my calendar, which is just.
Are you guys allowed out of Canada? Canada.
and things. Yeah, and we're back on the 28th to our
back to our
respective countries.
Yeah.
I'll be joining the motherland once again. But yeah, on December 1st, I guess the main event that we've got next month is we're going to do a Kickstarter for an adventure again. We just finished up the Breath of Gore. Want to go back into production on some books in December, and then the new year we've got some summer plans as well. Summer 11. So yeah, it's all go, you know.
What about actual live events, like
Live
conventions or anything?
Oh God, it's difficult to plan our lives.
Yeah, to be honest.
So last time we were going to go to TwitchCon, and we were going to go to what was it? The Indianapolis convention, Gen Con. Just waking up here. But I was denied access to the country because I'm a terrorist.
No, you're not terrorist. You're worse. You're worse than that.
God.
Yeah. So
you're an Englishman.
I'm an Englishman. Yeah, I'm clearly very dangerous. And
now we're on a watch list.
Now we're on FBI are constantly watching me. It's fine. So we were going to go there, but we can't. So we might do some UK conventions when I'll see if there's any when I'm back. I would like to go and meet some folks in the UK. We did one last year, just a really little convention just north of London, and the channel was a lot smaller, so we met with like 8 people. Yeah. So it'd be nice to do that one again, or do a little convention. But I mean, things are busy because I've got to, when I go back, find a new house for us to stay in for the new year and stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
And if our personal lives would like calm down,
right,
we would take over the world.
Yeah. Yep. Give me a year of no drama
and stable internet.
And yeah, I will sour on this bitch.
So are you guys planning to settle back in London, or are you guys going to try and make another run at the States?
You know what? It's all up in the air.
Yeah, we've got like plan A, plan B, plan C sort of things.
It all depends on visas and the bureaucracy and paperwork and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like applying for any sort of visa is just really, really expensive. So there's only so many times you can do it and get told no. And
stressful. I mean, So it's we're definitely going to spend 6 months in the UK. Yeah. And then we may spend 6 months again in Canada. So we've got a good deal going over there because England owns Canada. So we can stay there. And for 6 months without having to have any official visas. So
I'm trying to convince the other guys of starting the official Nerdarchy Costa Rica compound.
I think that would be very successful, and I want to see it.
I think so, man. A couple of the guys work from home. They can work from anywhere in the world. Nerdarchy makes a little bit of money. Go to a place in Costa Rica. You know, you got socialized medicine plan there. You got, lower cost of living. I think we can make it happen. I don't know how well our internet will do, but
I think you should start in like the Cayman Islands or some like offshore tax haven, and nice. It's totally legal. And invest millions in offshore tax havens and go
Bitcoin,
from there.
all the Bitcoins.
Bitcoins, yeah, that's where it's at. All of my stock is in Bitcoin.
Hey guys, it's about that time. We're going to jump into the chat for roll call. Where are you guys hanging out with us from today? I can say we got at least one person from Toronto.
Yeah, I saw a Toronto representing it.
Yeah. Uncle Peter is from Toronto, I believe.
Oh, sick.
Horace says the Bahamas is a tax haven.
There you go. You're set. So,
I have to find some place without like hurricanes and stuff.
That's true.
Oh, goodness.
Anti-hurricane and tornadoes and earthquakes and all that good stuff.
I was going to suggest the Caribbean, but because we watched that film originally, but I've heard there's a lot of pirates.
Yeah, and hurricanes.
Yeah.
So that's funny. Will's suggestions are based off the last movie he watched.
Yeah.
Well, at least it wasn't something really, really horrific. So
true.
we got John coming to us from Denver, Colorado. Elfbait is in Edmonds, Washington. Paul is in Pittsburgh. We got Eureka, California with Kirkish001. Ireland in the house with Fergal.
Hey.
We got Montana with Tucker. We have Estonia. Nice. With the two. I'm probably mislooking how that. Uncle Peter is from Toronto. I knew it. We also have Alberto in the house with Alberta. I can't talk. Alberta, Canada in the house with Vernon. We've got Missouri in the house with Ranger Roy. Mars Whip is in Dallas. Berkshire, UK is in the house with Gummy Chops. Raven from the OZ. We've got the I thought I saw Netherlands somewhere, and then the chat jumped on me. We have AJCF, the Netherlands. I did see it. Edmonton is in the house with Vernon. Sean is in I'm for Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Start the compound. I'm all about it. Hillsborough, Missouri in the house with Underwood Sketches. Patrick is from Sweden. West Michigan with Mini Terrain Domain. Portland, Oregon with Peter. Sean is in Santa Barbara, California. Tampa, Florida with Grin Lynn. We've got some more UK in the house with Soulfolk. And that is Scratus. Horace Wild is in New Providence, the Bahamas. Lopez Island, Washington is AJ Kinney. Kareem is in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, yeah, so close to where I live.
Yeah.
Maybe I should not say that.
I've been to Jacksonville.
That's where I'll be flying there in a couple weeks.
Nice. Geek and Undies is in Circleville, Ohio. We got Fort Lauderdale, Florida with Sean. Frostglade is in Finland. Fantasy Grounds is in Florida. Hurricane Magnet of the U.S. Arkansas is in the house with Warrior Keep. Seth is in the house with Spokane, Washington. Atlanta checking in with Sue. Hey. Columbus, Georgia, DSDJK. Again, we're even closer to you, right?
Yeah.
They're zoning in.
Oh my God.
It's the FBI.
We got Lincoln in Sweden. Vincent Cross is in Miami, Norway with Nordic Dragon. We're very, very international today.
Yeah.
19th,
really the Europeans representing today.
Yeah. 19th, Missouri. And Burlington, Vermont with Jim Davis of WebDM fame. So we got people from all over the place checking in, which is always awesome. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, with the size cast you have, you must be playing and gaming with people from all over the world.
That's right. Yeah. People of all nationalities.
Yeah.
And
it's
all colors and creed.
We got that keyword diversity.
Diversity, yes.
All over.
So #diverse.
But seriously,
a lot of people from all over. Really, it's quite interesting. People from all walks of life. You've got, folks who have seen some pretty interesting jobs, some pretty interesting places, a lot of stories. So you meet. I mean, certainly doing this job, I've met far more people than I would ever have if I wasn't doing this and I wasn't playing D&D. So yeah, it's been really nice to meet people from all walks of life and then make them meet me.
How long have you been running Encounter Roleplay now?
I think
you started it the day after my birthday. We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
But you started it April 9th.
April 9th, 2015 sounds about right. Yeah. So that's coming up on the 3-year mark. And we've been doing this.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been doing this full time for about 2 of those 3 years now.
So, and in case people don't know, Will has never worked a real job in his life. I hate him so much.
Yeah. I dropped out of college to do this. I mean, I think we talked about this last time, but yeah, was in college, was studying ancient history, was like, man, this is way too much fun. I'm making enough money not to do this. So I'm like, let's do this. And so I did. And the rest is history.
I'm slightly envious. I have I've got like 20 years, 30 years of working shitty jobs behind me.
Yeah.
But it's good. It helps me really appreciate what we do.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, we can. Hopefully, I don't have to go for any shitty jobs because this is the best job in the world. So, as far as I know.
Out of all the jobs you work, this one is the best.
This one is definitely my favorite. Top 3.
So, Out of you're going on 3 years now with Encounter Roleplay. Do you have like a favorite game moment that you can pick out?
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. I mean,
Most exciting, most absurd.
A lot of absurd things happen. A lot of which were during the time I was very drunk on 24-hour streams. I mean, I look back. I mean, not necessarily most absurd. I look back on some of the games with some of the people that aren't on the show anymore as being like, golden years, I suppose. So I used to do a lot of games with Mitch and who I don't know if you know Dave, because he's off to law school now. But we ran a bunch of games with Mitch that I look back on as being so much fun. And as the sort of, I don't know, kind uncle who oversaw my my job and career and make sure it was okay and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean that time, I think I look back on as being a really good time. I can't pin down an exact moment which is the most fun or the most ridiculous, because we do a lot of ridiculous and fun things. But yeah, that was that era.
It starts blending together after a while too.
It does, doesn't it? I mean, there are highlight reels on YouTube. I'm sure some of them were very funny. People falling out of their chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
one
accident.
Man who came to test my water.
A man who came to test Sydney's water during the stream. A man named Barry that just walked in on a Halloween stream.
Yeah.
Did you guys pull him into the stream? That would have been the best.
Yeah. Yes, I did. He like kept knocking on my door while we were playing a game, and so I had to go answer it, and he was like, I really need to test your water for something, I don't know. And I was like, I can't right now. I'm doing a D&D stream. And he was like, oh my God, I love D&D. And I was like, what, do you want to come on my D&D stream? And he did. And then he came in and I was like, this is Barry. He came to test my water and he loves D&D. And now he's on the stream. Yep. And then later I sent him a friend request on Facebook. He messaged me and said, do I know you? I said, yes, you came to test my water and you were on my D&D stream. And he blocked me.
And he blocked you?
Yes.
Savage.
I was like, I thought we had a nice time.
Like, I thought we were bonding, we were connecting.
I did. I brought you on my D&D stream, Barry. How could you?
Barry will live on.
That is actually a pretty good story.
Yeah,
I will advise anyone that plays in an Encounter Roleplay game, if you're sensitive, especially to things with children, do not have them involved in that game.
Yeah.
We've killed lots of children.
Yeah. And in both podcasts.
And in our D&D games.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kidding. I admit nothing. Never been charged.
You say so many things.
Fictional characters.
Fictional characters and fictional stories. No real life characters were hurt.
No real
life characters. I know that people are different from characters. Shut up.
Yeah, we often have to make that distinction. Yeah. When you say kill players, I mean player characters.
That's right. Yeah. There's a difference.
We also often have to use the disclaimer that we don't condone the use of white panel vans for kidnapping people.
Right. But if you were looking for some,
stop. Stop.
She's like, and you wonder why they won't let you in the country.
Exactly. You don't need to put things on the internet saying these things.
No one's paying. No, it's D&D. No one's paying attention.
No, not just D&D from the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Hi, caseworker Bob.
I imagine actually the FBI in the Pentagon, they've got some long-running D&D games going on now.
Yeah, they've been going on for like a billion years.
So, what do you have any upcoming projects, or is it just what you guys are kind of rolling with now? I know you said some Kickstarters in the future, but that seems a ways off.
Yeah, we're about I guess we're about a month off from now. We're going to launch in December.
Yeah.
For that, so at the moment it's writing and artwork and production and getting a team together and all the kind of boring bits.
Yeah, I think we sort of do a thing where we like do a big project and then do some maintenance work on everything we have going on and sort of elevate it. And then we do a big project and then we elevate everything else that we have going on. And we do a big project. So like they kind of flip flop. So we just had the big relaunch where we relaunched the Patreon. We launched 2 podcasts. We redid the entire website and all of that. And so now we're kind of in maintenance mode where we're like refining the things that we already have. And then we're going to do the big Kickstarter. And then we'll probably do the same thing where we try to elevate everything that we have already. And then another big thing, whatever it'll be.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we try and keep relaunching shows as well. So we've got a new season starting today, but there'll be another new season starting again in a couple of months' time. So new cast, new players, new games and stuff like that. So it's a cycle of different things that are on the production list, really. Yeah.
Well, December's relatively close then. So are you thinking another adventure, another module?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to launch another module, which is going to be set in the worlds of Penumbra, which we play the Turncloaks podcast and the Save Our Dice show on. We're going to do that one, and that's going to build up to releasing our campaign setting in summer of 2018. So this one's going to be the kind of, I don't know, the warm-up one.
Yeah, get your feet wet in the world a little bit, fall in love with it, give us more money.
Yeah. So in the chat, they're saying your website is so nice. Who does your website work?
That would be me. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah.
I learned how to. Well, I say I learned. I muddled my way through doing stuff with the help of people who are far better at making websites. But yeah, the website is a little bit sexier than it used to be. It was a pretty basic kind of WordPress format blog. You know, it looked a bit 2010. So we brought it back a couple of months ago to something a little bit more exciting. Yeah.
We're still rocking the 2010 look, probably. So what platform are you guys using? These guys might not care. I'm curious.
Yeah, I think we are still using WordPress, so it just looks a lot sexier. So people who were cleverer than me helped me learn how to do coding and stuff like that. By which I mean, I asked them how to do it, they did it, and I put it in.
That is the best way. Well, you know, I don't know if you want to touch on that at all, like the business stuff and like kind of like muddling your way through, you know, building Encounter Roleplay. Oh yeah. I mean, you were 19 when you started, right?
I think it was actually 18 when I started the stream. I think I was 19, probably 20 by the time that I had actually started this as a business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at first, I mean, as I started off when I was 18, I mean, I was just streaming in my room from college, and every once a week or so, and then it kind of progressed and got more and more. But yeah, it was really good to have people like Mitch around, who was, you know, older than me. Not like he was old, but he had a head on his shoulders, a little wiser than I, so I could go to him to ask you know, questions about whether or not the thing I was doing was stupid and stuff like that. So that was useful. And yeah, I mean, it progressed from Twitch, and then we do Twitch and YouTube, and we got a website, and then we just kept grinding on Twitch. We did 24-hour streams. Recently launched a Patreon. So I mean, yeah, it's been trial by fire. Plenty of mistakes made. Plenty of things gone wrong, projects that were scrapped, and things that I wouldn't do again, but I've learned from, I guess. So plenty of the mistakes that I've made with doing this, I don't mind making too much, because I'm like, well, now I know that I'll never do that again in business, because I've never done anything like this before. So, I mean, I've got a fair amount of common sense, I'd say. So
why'd you look at her when you said that?
Yeah.
He needs my approval.
I have been talking some mad shit. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah, trial by fire, I think is the term.
So what advice would you give to someone that wants to start up a Twitch stream?
Don't do it.
Why do you want to do such a thing?
Yeah, I mean, make sure you've got like a lot of free time to do it. Really, because it's. I was talking to Cody about this. Taking 20 a while ago, and I was saying, you know, minimum in my opinion, I'd want 3 nights a week on a Twitch stream to begin with, and that's 3 nights of 3 to 6 hour streams minimum. So it's a lot of time, you know, that I'd want to put into something like that. If you wanted to see results from it, you know, if someone was looking to start a stream and they're like, I just want to hang out and have fun, then just hit the stream button and go. But if you want to have some kind of success on it, then it's a platform you really have to grind. You've got to learn how to. It's like any platform. I mean, like YouTube, you've got to learn how to do like SEO. You've got to learn what titles are clickbaity. You've got to put those, you know, those Dave Fry.
No idea what you're talking about.
those sexy thumbnails on and stuff like that, and like, or Twitch is like you just gotta grind and grind and grind and grind and grind, stream. ABC, always be casting. So yeah, that's the thing with Twitch. Make sure you got a lot of spare time and love it, because if you don't love it, then you're not gonna keep doing it. I don't think.
I had to ask that question only because we get asked similar questions, especially when it comes to like we want to stream our game. I'm like, have you watched Nerdarchy streamed games? Like, we are bare minimum. Like, our in-person games are we like stick a camera up on one side of the table and it's the long view. And even even our stream games like through Hangouts are pretty low tech. It wasn't until we started season 2 of the Marvel game where someone had reached out to me. Where you go, keep actually in the chat now, and he's like, "Hey, I think this is fun what you guys are doing, but we could make it look better and do stuff." And he came in and did overlays and sound effects.
Right.
And he works with the judge that's running the game to make it look all slick. But for the most part, we've done like I recently upgraded our Scarlet Sisterhood game by just including we stream from Zoom instead of Hangouts. And that's it. No overlay, nothing.
Right, yeah.
And that's like, one day I'll figure out OBS.
That's it, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of technical stuff that goes into that as well, because I want to teach you that stuff so Sid can do some streaming as well. I mean, it's not so bad. Once you know what you're doing, as with most things, you get the hang of it. It's just taking the time to learn it. But yeah, I mean, folks in chat are right. If you're doing something and you're like, I'm going to be doing this Twitch thing full time in 3 months after streaming a little bit, then, you're delusional. It's just got to, if you don't really enjoy doing the thing that you're doing for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, then you're going to quit doing it. And I've seen a lot of people quit doing Twitch because it's so much time, so yeah. Love what you do, man.
It's like anything in life. If you want to be really good at it and do it well, it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah,
for the most part. And even with us, it's like, oh, I see you guys are blah 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 now. I'm like, yeah, it was only like 4 years in the making.
right, yeah. People can look at the success that people have now and think, oh, well, they did that. This would be really easy for me to do that. And it's like, well, actually, if you only knew.
The first 6 months of putting videos up, it was just like casting them out into the void.
The void of space, yeah.
It's like pebbles in the ocean. But if you stick with it long enough, but that's fine too, because like especially when it comes to doing things like shooting video, you got to shoot like 100 awful videos before you get an okay one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's practice makes perfect, as they say, and you can refine things and everything about it. Because I mean, when we started streaming on Encounter Roleplay, I mean, our streams were like really low quality, barely any overlay, tiny little face cams and bad audio quality. So that, the first stream we did was by no means what we do now. So it's an evolution.
It's like anything, you have to kind of like grow into it. I mean, we started putting our videos up. I think, iPhone with the external mic. That is how we started recording.
Really?
Nothing was too good for our fans. Let me tell you.
Right? Yeah.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the highest quality.
But I will add like the one thing I would say if you want to do anything is just get started and do it.
Yeah, that's the best advice.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is put it we talk about make sure you have good quality, make sure you have this. Honestly, like if you're in the space where you can't get a good camera, you can't get a good microphone, but you really want to do it, like just do it. Like just start doing the thing.
Shia
It's like
LaBeouf.
there's gonna be a million reasons not to start. Yeah, some of them are better than others, but like there are always gonna be a million reasons, and you're gonna think, well, if I wait till next month, I'll be able to get this, and I'll be able to do this. Stop. If you start letting yourself put it off, you'll put it off forever, which is what I'm doing like right now. So like, don't do what I'm doing.
Don't do what I did.
Just go do the thing that you want to do before you start letting yourself put it off to the point where you never do it.
Yeah, I had someone talking to me about they wanted to start a podcast, or they didn't know if they were going to make it a video cast or what.
Mm-hmm.
And like the barrier to entry as far as cost is so low. Like you can get a really decent webcam and mic for like $300 or less. So like,
yeah, I mean, you can get like the snowball mics sound pretty good. They're pretty good quality for, you know, podcasting, and for a podcast as well. I mean, if you're just looking to just do audio only, you don't even need a webcam. So I mean, the cost of entry on podcasts is so cheap, and we really enjoy doing the podcast as well, because we get to. Because when we cast out everything live, you can't make mistakes. So when you do make mistakes, you have to go back on them and say, oh, you know, my bad.
Yeah.
With a podcast, you can just edit everything out that you screw up on.
And plus, like, you get to sit down in more of a private space with, like, you know, your really good friends. Like with WonderQuest, those are now some of my absolute best friends. And that's, like, one of my favorite parts of the week is when, like, we get to sit down and talk, just, like, hang out with each other for about an hour before we start playing, which is something you don't really get to do when you're streaming. And then it's a lot more forgiving when you do mess up, because it's just you and your best friends, and you can be like, yeah, that was stupid, hang on, just please cut this out, so sorry.
You can pull the do-over. Yeah, that is for sure. Although I will say the flip side of that too is it is nice to not have to do editing.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, like,
imagine if you edited all those streams you guys did.
Oh yeah, no, I would go mad.
No.
I'd go mad. Yeah, the live streams are really nice because you just like turn on the camera, turn on everyone's videos, and start going. Yeah. And then when you've done it, it's done.
Yeah.
With the Turncloaks, I mean, someone asked how much editing goes into something like Turncloaks.
Oh, gosh.
I think there's something like 8 hours per episode, and they're 1 hour episodes.
Yeah. But we've got a fantastic editor.
Yeah, fantastic editor.
His name's Bastian.
Yeah.
And he edits for both of them, and he's a lifesaver, honestly. I don't know what
you got someone doing your editing for you?
Yes.
I would give my left testicle for that.
Well, he's like an audio engineer, so like he can do stuff that there's absolutely no way we could do, because we just don't know how.
Professional audio engineer, so he knows all this clever stuff that makes us sound good, and we just go.
I feel like every episode, like, we record probably about an hour and 15 minutes of WonderQuest, and it's cut down to about an hour to 45 minutes, and what he cuts out is us being like, Bastian, I'm so sorry, Bastian, please cut this out, please.
Yeah, so the editing on Turncloaks, I mean, probably 8 to 10 hours, I think, based on what Bastian's told us. So a lot of work.
Yeah.
So are there any other RPGs you guys want to start streaming or playing, or bounce around a lot, or is it mostly D&D? I know you said Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, a lot of D&D on the channel, a lot of Call of Cthulhu as well. I don't know. I mean, like, I've enjoyed playing a variety of games on the show in the past. Nothing is like really on my list right now that I really, really want to play. I'm in a good place, you know, with D&D right now. I feel like I go in and out of being really in love with D&D and sort of kind of thinking about like taking some time away from D&D. And that's when I focus on other games some more. But at the moment, I mean, I'm pretty hot on D&D and just kind of happy with the games that we're running, enough variety in them to keep me interested. But when I come out of that zone, I don't know what I'll play. I know what I'll play. In fact, I'm not the kind of person who's like really into trying a ton of different role-playing games all the time. I find it difficult to like care about rules. So I'm more interested in settings and worlds more so than I am the rule system themselves. Like, I couldn't care less if I'm rolling a D12, if I'm rolling a D6, or if I'm rolling a D20. What interests me is like, you know, are we playing in a science fiction world? Are we I mean, Numenera is one that I always go back to. And the Cypher System games, I think, are fantastic. So I'll probably give Numenera 2 a chance. They recently did their Kickstarter, so I'll probably give that a chance now I think about it. Yeah,
Yeah, I have to take a look and see what they changed, what's different.
I want to know.
I haven't actually done anything with Numenera, but we've done stuff with the Cypher System, which I greatly enjoy. You know what I feel like when I want to move away from D&D? It's just because I want to do something other than fantasy. But when I want to play fantasy, I always go back to D&D. So
I find that is often the case. I mean, it pretty much covers your bases, isn't it, for us?
Yeah.
I mean,
have you looked at the FFG Star Wars at all?
I think we played a game of that on a 12-hour stream.
We did.
Ages ago.
Yes, Rem DM'd it.
You're right. Yeah, we played that together, and then I did 2 12-hour streams, which were just Star Wars.
Yes.
Back in, I mean, this is a long time ago. I played that.
Yeah.
It was fun because it was Star Wars. It wasn't fun because I was loving the mechanics or anything like that. I mean, I'm not a big mechanics kind of person, so like the less rules and the more playing that I get to do with roleplay, the kind of better for me. So it felt pretty crunchy.
It is very crunchy.
But then it was like, but then there's droids attacking, and I was like, oh, great! Now I can say lines from the movies and make jokes. So I mean, like, you win some, you lose some, you know that.
So Ed does everything at a question. Have you thought about developing your own game system?
I think that's a probably 2019 project, if we were ever to do it. 2019. 2020. Yeah, we got loads of time. Writing's easy. If we were to ever write one, it would be very rules light. I don't have a vision for it though. I don't have any, this is my master plan or anything like that. I've always been open to the idea, if someone comes up with a good one, then
I feel the same way because I'm like, I don't know what I would do different. Like,
right.
So like, oftentimes someone's like, hey, will you look at my new game I'm working on? And I'm kind of like, because like we're always getting inundated with stuff. But like, one of the first questions I have to ask is, why are you making a new game?
Right.
And if your answer is, oh, because I just wanted to do something different, then I'm like, why bother? Like, unless you have a specific problem you want to solve, I just don't see the point.
Well, as well, I mean, it also sounds crazy to me, like starting a whole system to fix one problem in a game. Like, I'd rather just fix the problem in a game with some alternative rules or something like that. I mean, yeah, I'm the same. Why are you making a game? And I'm kind of the opinion that there's probably enough games out there for a lot of variety. Like if I were to play every role-playing game in the multiverse that is out there at the moment, we'd be here till Christmas. Till Christmas of some far-flung future, because there's just so much, Perhaps one day I'll be given a dream, a vision of a game, but yeah, as Tugger's saying there in chat, setting is more important to me than the rules themselves.
And I kind of feel the same way. Plus, there's so many like great generic systems.
Right.
That I'm like, I don't have to make new stuff up. Someone already did it. All I have to do is, bolt on this system to it, and it's perfect.
Exactly.
I'm just lazy, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to me like people who really enjoy their math and crunch would write rules, and I can't even play rules, So let alone writing rules, sounds like it would be very boring. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, that's true. I mean, the setting stuff is far more exciting than coming up with a bunch of new rules. But some people really enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, some people do, and more power to them. I'd rather be playing than writing often, though. Yeah.
So we are right up on the hour mark. That went by fast.
Yeah.
What do you want to leave the folks with before we go?
Oh God, what do we want to leave them with?
Wanting more.
Wanting more. That's a good answer. Yeah, we'll leave them wanting more. I mean, if you guys want to check us out, you can check us with Dave on the Say What I Show every Wednesdays, where you can find myself and Dave and a bunch of others. And you can find.
I think that's the only link I didn't include in the description.
Oh, really? I mean, probably if you search Sable or Dice, it will show up right into most.
Maybe.
To most places. You can follow us on Twitch. You can follow us on YouTube, podcasts, Town Cloaks, and Wonder Quest. So yeah, I mean, you can check us out if you so desire. Yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff going on. But thank you, Dave, for letting us on again.
Yeah, thank you.
Letting us back.
Well, thanks for coming on. So with that, guys, thanks everyone in the chat for hanging out. Thank you guys for being here. And until next time, stay nerdy.